Hello, my friends. How are you? So, forgive me for the lighting in the back. Um, I have my window open because my sister's cat is chilling in my room because she kind of goes crazy when she's by herself. Now, she was quietly napping, and now that I'm moving about, she's kind of a little active. But I have my window cracked so she can kind of enjoy some fresh air. The house gets a little just way too cold with any AC running. But it also means you can see like the back of my room pretty clearly. So, so my apologies. We're about to dive in to MISAMO's music video, Do Not Touch. It is their title track for their subunit mini album Masterpiece. This song was, I don't know if it was co-composed, but co-written by JYP himself. Oh, don't be awake now. Why are you moving about? You were sleeping earlier. Now she's like, I want to be active. Anyway, it was co-composed by JYP, so this is going to be a good time. It's going to be a great song. A lot of the songs that he writes are very amazing and very fun. But I'm also excited for the album because 3 of the songs were co-written by the members. I've already heard Marshmallow, that's pretty sweet. And we've already heard Bouquet. I think the only song we haven't gotten any input on or any spoilers on has probably been the second song of this album, because either it wasn't pre-released or it wasn't like a teaser like the written songs. Other than that, there's nothing else to say. I'll pause how I need to, and then during the review, or between the reaction and the review, I'll like re-watch and listen to the music video, and if there's anything to say about instrumentals or lyrics, I'll say it then. So without further ado, let's dive in. I'm gonna try to keep this reaction short and sweet to the point. I'm not as entertaining as other... What the frick am I doing? As other YouTubers are, and I apologize for that, but I'll do my best to make up in other ways. So, again, very, very excited. Once very cutely compared images from, I think they're teasers, whatever, to images of, I almost want to full screen it. Maybe I will for the review part. To images of when they were in 16, saying they should all debut together, and it was just really sweet and cute and kind of like, oh, it's all full circle. Hopefully my sounds pretty good. I've been playing with the positioning of my microphone, and it's pointed correctly at me, but also it's on the floor and on mic stand, a weird angle, so I'm hoping this is all good. Alright, pressing play. I don't have lyrics on, do I? No, I don't. Cool. I don't want to do that for the initial one. This is fun. This is beautiful. Mia's really good at doing those kind of runs. So, I know that Momo is a sub-rapper, and she has a really, really good rap in whatever the song is. I don't know a lot of their older music, but I know she has a good rap in the song that they use for the intro for Time to Twice. But what's fun about these subunits is that people who maybe don't rap as much in their main group get to rap a lot, so I'm here for it. Reminds me of Solreen's. It reminds me a lot of Solreen's Naughty. I'm gonna pause a little bit. Oh, I do have part of the music video a little cut off, I realized, near the bottom. Let me adjust that. I remember talking to my sister about their Japanese releases. I know Nyan's the center for Twice, but when I watched the Japanese music videos, especially their later ones, I was like, is Mina the center for the Japanese releases? And it kind of works for this. I don't know. I'm not saying a lot. This is a beautiful music video. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. No, I know there's a lot of references to artworks and stuff. Like this is Ooh, some new looks in here from the girls I haven't seen before. Sorry, reference to Venus. Birth of Venus. Is this a sexy concept? I never know what they mean by that. Oh, nice. Oh, I know what that's a reference to. I can't remember the name of the painting, but I've seen images of it. This is cool. Nice. I like it. This is cool. I feel like other people, again, are gonna have way more like reactions to them than what I did. I feel like my reactions were so boring. I did see it on Instagram that Jungin and her story had posted this ending portion here, and it said, "Oh, I'd buy that." It looks absolutely beautiful. This is a beautiful music video, of course, because I don't know what they're singing. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna turn on the subtitles and listen to the music and kind of do what I usually do in between this reaction and that. But this is an utterly gorgeous music video, and I'm gonna rewatch it. The lights in my face are kind of keeping me from really like looking at it. Alright, anyway, let's dive into the review now. Hello, my friends. So you might be wondering, hey, what's with the costume change? I had recorded my original review immediately after I did the reaction. Watched it a few times, thought about it, maybe took a couple notes, did the review. As I walked away from it, and I rewatched the video, like, after the fact, I realized, wow, that review I did was terrible. Doggy poop. So bad. Could not articulate anything that I was saying. I also realized some things after the fact, after I rewatched it. So I decided to wait a while. Wait a handful of hours, rewatch the video separately, rewatch them again, this time with purpose and taking notes. And that might be what I need to do for other music videos and other songs as well. I just need to take a moment, do the reaction, maybe record the review the day or so later after I've rewatched the video, and then get my notes together. I think it might be a better way for me to approach it. I can't do that with anime, but definitely can do that with music videos. And I think that's what I need to do. Because for me, it's not about the reaction so much, that was a weird face, but about how I dissect and break down what I've seen. So I don't have the music video in front of me, which I did last time. So I'm just gonna go and work my way through this very, very cool music video. A lot cooler than I suspected. So I was a little like zombified and tired and very congested, so I couldn't really think. So I have my notes way more organized, way better than before. So we're going to start with the instrumentals, actually. So there's this kind of da-da-da-da-da-da, that's not the right key at all, kind of like a motif, and hopefully I'm using that word correctly. But there's these same chord progressions, or note progressions, that we're getting throughout the song, the entire song, either vocally or instrumentally. And it's kind of the earwig of the song. But when we start with Sana, in terms of when she's singing, we get this very simple electric guitar with some background vocals. Around 15 seconds, we get this creaking wood sound that kind of repeats a few times, but then we don't really get it beyond, I think, the first verse. But it kind of has, in addition to that, we also have, it almost sounds like wood blocks, but different tonal wood blocks going dun 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 dun, kind of doing a downward scale. So we get that in the first verse with Sana. And then Mina comes in. When Mina comes in, the bass line comes in. And that's the only thing that really adds in. We have Mina's head voice and then the bass line. So it has kind of, it kind of fills the song even more. And then Momo comes in. As soon as Momo comes in with her rap, percussion kicks in. Guitar is removed, and then a xylophone is played in the background. So we get kind of the same progressions, chord progressions, note progressions, but they're transferred either to the bass or to the xylophone. But as the girls' voices change, and they all have different textures to their voices, the instrumentals change as well, which is super cool. The chorus comes in, everything's with there. We got the synth, we got the percussion, that comes in. I think a guitar drops out as well. But I also love is that we get this in the chorus, and then for the chorus 2, we get the inverse of this. But with the vocals, we got Mina, Sana, Momo. Mina, Sana, Momo. So that's what the first chorus is. And then Momo does a couple little vocal ad-libs. Verse 2 comes in. We get, it sounds like a marimba, like a muted marimba. We also get, I'm going to kind of bring these vocals, no, I won't do that. So, marimba comes in, a lot more background vocals, almost like a muted marimba. And then when the rap comes in, the xylophone straight comes in. I don't remember if percussion does as well. Oh no, marimba and percussion exist in verse 2. I don't think guitar does, but then the xylophone's added for the rap in verse 2. Then chorus 2 comes in. Instead of going MISAMO order, MISAMO, it's Samimo, Samimo. So Sana, Mina, Momo. Momo always has the same part she has in in every chorus, but Mina and Sana will switch parts. And it kind of changes the song a little bit. We see that with Feel Special. They did a lot of part switching. Like with the pre-chorus, it was Chewy and then Momo, and then for the pre-chorus, they switched. So Twice does that a lot, especially as the girls got older and everyone got more strong on their vocals. You got a lot of fun part switching. Talk does a great job of that. Of Sana usually having, I think, the Diane and Chewy get that near the end of the song. So it is cool as they get older, they can kind of just switch parts. But when they do that, even though the elements of the song are the same, it sounds slightly different. It's super cool. So I really like that. With the bridge, we got a Misa Mimo kind of thing going on. And they sort of go down a little bit. With Mina in the head voice, Sana mix, Mina more of her chest voice, Momo in her chest voice there. But we go with sing, sing. We have singing, singing. And then Mina kind of does not really a rap, but sort of like a more rhythmic sound of singing, or more singing rap. I don't know how you want to word it. And then Momo into rap. So it's like, it's really cool that they do that. Then with the chorus, we're back with the Misamo. Or is it? Oh no, the chorus 3 shifts a little bit. Where I don't think it's Misamo, it's Misa, Misamo. In terms of how they do the vocals. And I think some new layers are added as well. Or no new layers, sorry. Just how they, it's more of new arrangements. And that's the fun thing about the song is that even though some of the elements are the same, how they slightly alter the arrangement really kind of adds to the song. It's super great. With vocals, right from the beginning, Sana really goes into that mixed kind of nasally head voice. And if you listen to it, or mixed voice, it sounds very Nyan-like. And if you ever seen, I realized how great Twice was when I saw a lot of their subunit stuff and loved their stages in 2018 they did, some cool mixed stages. There's a great subunit stage, I think it's 2018 they do. It has to be 2018 because What Is Love and Yes or Yes are performed. Where 5 of the members perform Yes or Yes and 4 of the members perform What Is Love. A really cool, acoustic version of What Is Love. When they do Yes or Yes, Sana takes over Nyan's parts, Jangin takes over Chio's parts. But it also made me surprised, like, wait a minute, how is, Sana a sub-vocalist? Now it's before I really understood what a sub-vocalist was. But it also kind of makes sense that, Sana was supposed to be part of Six Mix after some of the girls dropped out, and then that kind of fell apart, which is fine. But the point is, she uses, like, more of her nasally vocal textures, and it's a mix, but so consistent, so good. Mina uses her floaty head voice, which she's known for, and then Momo comes in with a chest voice. If you look at, they do have overlapping. I don't really know their ranges, and I know that some onces, very talented onces, have put together videos kind of showing here's their most recorded, here's the lowest note they've ever recorded, here's the highest note, and they kind of talk about their ranges. I haven't really watched those yet, but I might want to. But we do know in terms of their ranges, Momo's down here. She's probably a true, like an alto for sure. She's got here, and then Sana has a really great range, and then so it's kind of like Momo, Sana, and then Mina. Kind of this overlapping of ranges. It's really nice. And of course, because they've trained together, they've been together as a group for 7 years, they've trained together as trainees to some degree. Their voices go really well together because they've sung together for so long, which is super cool. But it is this really beautiful kind of, mixed voice, head voice. It's super, super duper cool. So something I don't really talk about all that much in most reactions I do is because it's not their style, is movement and dance. I don't have a dance background. I don't have a movement background. I have a music background. I did marching band. I did pretty much just marching band, jazz band, stuff like that in high school. I don't have like a degree or anything like that. I'm just a music lover who has a little bit of a music background and loves breaking down and analyzing songs like this. But most of the songs I react to are just rock or rap or something like that. There's no really dancing in it. So I don't really talk about movement except for maybe camera movement, but because there's dancing in this, I'm like, oh, I should really add movement as part of my little notes, not just instrumentals, vocals, and video or visual. I should add movement as well. So I really kind of love that this tilted movement we get at the beginning of the music video where we have sort of like this kind of like almost statues coming to life. Kind of reminds me of the movements you get from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang during the music box performance when she's, it's really cool. But as the song goes, they kind of relax more into their actual human selves. And in terms of the movement, we have some really strong movement and dance with the rap. It's not tutting. I think tutting is the term for the stuff that Soul Ring did for Naughty. But it is strong, it is controlled. It's cool. I kind of was trying to figure out, like, why is Samo together? And I realized they really, for the music video, needed something really strong. And Sana, I believe, is also a lead dancer, I think. I'm not sure. But Mina, I think they don't... I would love to see a performance video just to see what she does during this part. I realized that when Mina moves, Mina's movements are very sharp and elegant because of that ballet background. And they really wanted... Sana can kind of match who she needs to. She's sort of chameleon-like a little bit that way. You also see that with Chewie. She can match who she needs to match. So having Sana and Momo together visually not only works vocally speaking because of what they're singing, but also physically as well because they just match really well. But I want to go into the dances. But in terms of movement, I need to share a clip from, because I actually got to see twice live, which is super cool at MetLife in Jersey. We were in Jersey, not New York. MetLife in Jersey. But I was there for the spoiler, so I gotta share that clip because I witnessed it. We didn't have too many like goofy shenanigans. We had a little bit, like compared to the other concerts that had some ridiculous goofy shenanigans, but we did get some spoilers, which is super cool. And I think our concert was supposed to be the first one that showed the Geo solo. Apparently ours is the first one that showed the clip. So, but it was like right at the end when people were trying to get out, so no one recorded it. It was hilarious. Anyway, so we have these really cool moments of the watch me, that kind, watch me sort of thing going down here. There's a line that has to do with, with the eyes during the verse or pre-chorus, I'm not sure which, but it changed a little bit later on, so I want to mention it, where Sana is, I guess she's like this, and she's like this, and then her other hand's tapping her hip. I'm not setting up for that. And then we get the line about touch, where she goes, oh, no. So, when she talks about eyes, what is the line? Something to do with eyes. Okay, yes, so you can watch me if you love me, but you can't touch me. She goes like, touch me, and then she puts her her hands go up her hips, I think. Oh, I'm confusing myself. Anyway, they changed things up. It's pretty cool. So they touch the chest, and then they touch the hips. Then, with the eyes. So you can watch me if you, I'm confusing myself, guys. What is the thing with the eyes? I don't know. Anyway, maybe it was in verse 1. But the point is, when we get to the chorus, we have the touch here and the touch from the hip. And then, of course, we have if you love me. And then something about, I think it must be the next line about ready, where we have, the blocking hand. Something like, they're doing like a movement about blocking when they talk about like ready. Which can I do? Oh, English translation, thank you. I appreciate that. So where's the line about the eyes? It must be in the pre-chorus. Before you're prepared, but you can't touch if you love me. Before you prepared your heart. I don't know. The point is, there's a movement like this about kind of like blocking. And of course we have, yes, you can watch me, but you can't touch me. And then it's really, really cool. And there's another part of lines where, like, I think it's in the chorus as well, where Sana goes, like, touches the shoulders and the hip collarbones about until the time is right. Yeah, it's in the chorus. So she does this when the time is right. I think it goes like this way. So anyway, that's cool. And then verse 2, we don't get really much dancing in it on the music video. Chorus 2, same movements except the movement that was here and touching the hip, I think they're the other way. Touching the hip changes to Sana doing this and then doing this up her hips. So that movement slightly changes, which I thought was really cool, because usually they have it exact same for the last chorus, but they completely changed. They slightly changed it, but we still have the, yes, you can watch me, but you can't touch me. There's a lot of core movement there that I'm like, I look so dumb when I do that. Which makes sense that Naya looked kind of silly when she did it. It's like one of the earlier, earlier spoilers. Okay. So, again, not much dancing from there. Of course, we have the more powerful movements in verse 2 with the rap, but there's nothing too much I can break down there. It's just some really cool movements. But when we get into the bridge, there's a moment where Momo goes, touch you, and she does a moment like this. And then she goes, touch me, and she's like, shoulder, hip. No, she goes cross, cross, down. So she makes like a square motion. Here, here, here. It's really cool. It also reminds me, if some of you are old enough, I hate this. I'm sorry I said this, so I apologize for this next phrase. When it's like, hey, don't touch me there. That is my private square. I hate that so much. But it was such a stupid thing in high school. When I was in high school, I'm not telling you how old I am. Or maybe I will. I don't know. But the point is, it just reminded me of that little square motion she did, almost like a frame. I thought it was really cool. And then chorus 3, we completely changed the movements. With Watch Me, it's like a movement like this. Instead of say, which is when they did this kind of movement, they did say like that. I thought that was really cool. And then when they have okay near the end, they do this kind of, Mina kind of does mainly her hips, but Samo does like a caress up their butt. Okay, so that was a movement there. I was like, okay, but the point is, I realized I wanted to analyze that because some of their movements, the inferences they were making with the movements reminded me of G-Idol's Nude. When in their dance movements, when they did like this and the turn and they go like this and they have this kind of movement down their hips, almost like they're implying like undressing, which I know the song is way more than that. Like I know what the song means for Nude, but I love those moments, and I was like, oh, that was really cool when I realized that when Chewie did the challenge with Shua. I was like, oh, it's like almost a reference to like undressing in the dance move. I thought that was super cool. And then lyrically wise, we have some really lovely lyrics. This thing of like, hey, don't like treat me as precious, treat me as artwork. I'm not something profane. Of course, there's a reference to the day we'll get rid of the rope barrier. I'm someone who, being a Christian, believes, if I'm not married, nope. There's a great line from not a Heath McNeese song, a Matt Carney song called Heartbeat, where the line is, if you're sharing my bed, you're sharing my name. I don't think this song's about waiting till marriage, unfortunately. There are songs that are like that, but it is more of like, don't treat me profanely, treat me like a work of art. It's blatantly in the lyrics, especially in the first verse, and something, or in the pre-chorus, treat me like something so precious, something valuable you hand out cautiously. Because the worth of it and the artistry, this is a person made in the image of God, you treat them with respect. I will treat him with respect, he will treat me with respect. We won't be profane in how we treat each other. So, and my sister's cat is back in my room and is now playing behind my monitor. Okay, but I just wanted to get into that, and I wanted to re-record my review, because I was like, this review is terrible. The original one. So thank you so much for watching and for putting up with this long review, but this is how I like to do reviews. I like breaking down things and analyzing things. I'm not goofy or silly or like, oh my gosh. I mean, sometimes I am, but not always. Don't touch the camera. Cat's right there by the camera. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time. What are you doing?